Hello, everyone. This is Carolyn Cooper with Simply Align. And in this series of Meet the Certified Simply Align Practitioner, today I have Janessa Finley-Ford here, and I'm so excited to learn more about her and how she can serve our community. And Janessa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. So, I grew up on a farm, very traditional upbringing, went to a one-room country school with 7 people, and this was how I started my journey through this life. And then I worked in the criminal justice field for almost 2 decades. I might be one of the most fascinating people you know. I've worked with FBI informants, I served no-knock search warrants, and I've had some really, really wild experiences in the criminal justice field, but my heart is really to help people. My heart loves to read. I love to be outdoors. I love to be involved in athletics and move my body. I love hiking. I love traveling. I love having adventures. And those are kind of the building blocks of the things that make me who I am.
I love it. I knew some of that about you, but I did not know that you went to school with 7 kids, like with only 7 kids.
Yeah.
That's a cool little nugget of your life. That's awesome. So, and now you do energy healing work and a few other things to help your clients. What is your what is your favorite thing to help your clients with? Like, what's your specialty?
Mm, I say adversity. I absolutely love helping people navigate adversity easily. Like it can feel challenging and easy. It can feel painful and joyful all at the same time. And so, whether people, adversity, here's where what do you define as adversity? Well, it can be different for everyone. It can be divorce for some people, it can be addiction for others, it can be a loss of a family member or an unexpected illness, it could be a surgery. It could be a very abrupt career change. It could be a criminal justice encounter. There are endless opportunities of adversity in this life that we live. And the examples I just gave are all adversities I have faced along my journey, which makes me a really good mentor and guide for others who are experiencing those same challenges.
Yeah, that told us a lot about your life story and the fact that you bring all of that knowledge and wisdom from going through that to your work is just it's amazing. I mean, that was a lot of adversity that you've been through and that you've overcome is the key word there, have overcome and able to help other people with it now. What is so I guess overcoming adversity, not I guess, overcoming adversity, yes, for sure. But is there um, something that's been the most rewarding part of doing the Simply Align work for you?
The most rewarding part for me is seeing other people thrive, to go from the challenges or struggles that they perceived when we started working together to see the blessings and the wisdom and the richness that is being reaped from those exact same experiences. And instead of having that perspective of it being something so heavy and hard and challenging, they're like, okay, this is stretching me. It might not be comfortable, but it is so full of blessing and that evolution and growth that makes life this really wild and enjoyable ride.
Wow, I love the way you put that. I can't imagine anyone who's going through something and hearing you speak not saying, I got to talk to this girl. I gotta look her up. So one more question. I might have 2 more questions actually, but the next one is I'm curious, um, what do you wish? I know some people understand energy healing really well. They get it, they understand it, and other people are newer to it, or maybe they think it's a little too woo-woo. What do you wish people understood more about this type of work, about Simply Align, about any kind of energy work?
I sort of feel like that's a trick question because I actually would encourage people to let go of the understanding, to know that some things in life are an experience to be felt and not always to understand. until it's meant for you to understand it. That was my personal journey through healing, which started with chronic bronchitis. And it actually, my adversity started from um, a trauma that happened to me when I was 8 years old. And I feel as though I wouldn't have had nearly as many adversities in my life if I had started my healing journey sooner. So, one thing I would love for people to understand or to act on is if they have that nudge and they're waiting until they understand it, like follow that nudge, because the sooner you do it, the bigger of a blessing it's going to be for you to jump into releasing those old weights that we're carrying around with us with emotions and bogging down our nervous system, and really to just know that you don't have to understand it for it to work, and
Mm.
lean in, show up for yourself. You're the best investment that you're ever going to make, and everywhere you go, there you are. So if you feel the call, take the inspired action.
Wow. I love all of that. So beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you. What do you do to stay personally centered? So you've been through a lot, you've overcome a lot, you're helping other people every day. Um, what else do you do to keep you grounded and centered?
Mm, I believe in capitalizing on my morning and my evenings specifically. And then I live very intuitively. So if I need a break during the day and I'm feeling like I need to meditate or just go for a walk outside, whatever that is, I listen. My body really likes to be in motion. So it usually tends to include movement for me personally. But to stay centered, what I largely leverage is the first 30 minutes of my day, waking up, reading. I'll read 10 pages. I'll meditate for a minimum of 10 minutes. Just shift a little energy, ground, connect myself for the day. And then at the end of the day, the same thing. I tend to rely on YouTube for maybe a meditation, or there's some videos with prayers I love to listen to that just allows me to release the experiences, the memories, the emotions from the day, and to open myself to the potential of whatever my subconscious is going to do in my sleep. And then I get to wake up and do it all over the next day.
Wow. I like all of that so much. That sounds like a glorious way to live. And and you've got a lot of discipline worked like naturally working in there. But I know the discipline gives so much freedom. Like if you have a little bit of discipline, then it frees you up for so many other things. So it sounds like
Yeah.
you've got that pretty dialed in really well.
Well, the Enneagram is a part of my work, and I know you know it, but for those out there who may not have ever heard of the Enneagram, it's a personality typing system. It's so wise, it's so rich, and there's so much goodness that it will help you understand about yourself just simply by learning your Enneagram. But my discipline, I'm kind of spoiler here, my discipline comes by nature because I am an Enneagram 1, and so we do love a good routine. So actually, my growth was leaning into following my intuition and taking those breaks instead of doing the routine of like, I'm doing all the work before the play. And so we all have our growth edges within the Enneagram, our personality structure. And I love to incorporate that into the work that I do with individuals as well, because it is such a huge opening of a door for being more content with who you are by your design, how you were knitted together and programmed. So,
Yeah, for sure. And it just blends seamlessly with Simply Align. I
yeah,
love you, my clients also. It just gives you so much wisdom about like who you are and how you're wired and how your people around you are wired. And yeah,
yeah.
totally. Yeah.
It
And my
allows you to easily step into the shoes of the person that you're working with and see the world from their perspective because of how accurate it is. It's
yeah.
super valuable tool for practitioners. And if you're out there working in a workplace, man, when I learned it, I was working in a workplace at the time. And even my family, all relationships across the board, all of them improved and got so much easier just by having that information and being able to understand where the other person's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and my husband is a 1 also, so.
Yes. And my
My
husband's a
husband is
7.
mine.
So we're like mirrored in our family dynamics. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Same.
It's great. I mean, they all have like such good traits and qualities. So,
Yeah.
okay, Janessa, I have just, this has been a delight talking to you as always. Tell us like how can people find you if they want to get a hold of you, have a Simply Align session or series of sessions, and also some Enneagram mixed in there. How can they find you?
They can find me at www.fiercelyradiantsoul.com. I also am one of the hosts of the Eyes Wide Open internet radio show. So if you jump on my website, if you love content and listening to self-improvement, and the topic is really the seen and unseen, so really leaning into the spiritual side of ourselves, there's some great content there that you can consume as well. And also, if you prefer not to deal with the interwebs, you absolutely are welcome to text me 402-783-1321, and we can get a consult, a discovery call scheduled to see where you're at, where you want to be, and go from there.
Wow, you're brave. You just put your
I
number
did.
out
Yeah.
there. I
I do
love
all the unconventional things. I just want to deal with a person. I don't want to deal with a robot. So I let people deal with a person. Glorious.
it. Nice and refreshing. Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, thank you so much. You guys look up Janessa, Fiercely Radiant Soul. I love the name too. So thank you for being with me today and for all your wisdom that you shared with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.